All right, good morning, guys. We're out here getting ready to get set up. Caught some bait. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start this video off with a pretty good hint. Okay, so the biggest thing that I cannot stress enough when you come out here to catch fish, to be successful, is having fresh bait. Fresh bait has been the key. You use frozen in a pinch, but if you can get fresh bait, you're gonna have a much better day. And this is fairly fresh because I just caught this. Matter of fact, just caught the last one not even 2 minutes ago before I started this video. But I'm gonna finish getting bait cut up and then we are going to get started. I marked a lot of fish. You probably recognize this spot before, but the fish have been kind of, I don't know, they haven't been here the last few times I've come across and scanned it, but I scanned it today and there's a bunch down there. Now, whether or not they're gonna eat, we've had that full moon for the last, well, that bright moon for the last couple days, and not so much that the full moon messes with them, it's just that they can feed all night. And then of course the fish that are sight feeders that our cats are feeding on, they get to feed all night, which means catfish get to feed all night. So typically during this time of day they don't want to eat, but it's still early enough. We're still about 8 o'clock in the morning, so try to get these baits out there. Like I said, fresh bait is key. That's pretty dang fresh. That's what you need. Alright, let me get the boat going. These little white bass are busting up. I can see them again still. Right, let's get some baits out there. I've seen a lot of fish down there. Hopefully one of them is hungry enough to want to eat. There's a lot of stuff down there. Like always, straight back behind the boat goes this bigger white bass head. It's not the biggest, but it's definitely a good morsel. It always goes straight back behind the boat. Get that down to the bottom. Slow this boat down and all that. So we're going to be coming out of a 50-foot hole, and I want to actually come up to almost 35 foot. This last time I was out here, I've seen a lot of fish about that depth range. Coming up on the back side of how the current will roll over that the opening of that hole. So I'm hoping them fish are hungry. since I'm here. Been a couple people ask about how I set up with the planer boards, and I can see how it can be a little confusing on how you do it, especially for somebody that's never used them before. So I'll show you here real quick. Okay, so obviously the first thing you want to do is you want to get the right planer board on the right side. So if we're pulling this way, you want the arm on the inside of the board, so that way it'll help pull the line out some. But it's fairly simple. All you really got to do is, I mean, there's a number of different ways people use these things, but this is the way that I use them. You just kind of, you ain't got to cast it real far, but you know, cast it out a little bit and let it go all the way to the bottom. It's critical. You got to let it go all the way to the bottom. Some people, they'll drop it straight below the boat and then let it carry out. I mean, I guess that works if you're wanting to suspend them, but if you want to, you know, actually drag the bottom with these setups, you need to cast out a little bit, let it hit the bottom. As soon as it hits the bottom, then you can attach your planer board, and then you just kind of let as much line out as you want to and get it as far away from the boat or as close to the boat as you want. But it's pretty simple. You just hook up the back line clip, then you just hook up the front of the clip, or front of the board clip, and all I do is just kind of set it in the water, let a little bit of line out, and let resistance do the rest until it gets out there to where I want it. God, no. Now that's a fish, boys. Now that's a fish. Well, if he stays pinned, that's a fish. God dang, I know y'all seen that takedown. He was going the other direction when he grabbed that head. Hope he can stay pinned, that'd be alright. Oh, I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that. I mean, just smack the crap out of it. Heck yeah. He don't feel like a monster, but boy, he sure wanted that head, didn't he? God, dog, he smacked the crap out of it. Said he's not a big one at all. He was definitely hungry. That's a fact. I don't think I need the net on him. I may be able to just grip him. Man, wait till y'all see this fish. Boy, he is beat up. Flip some water on me. He was going the complete opposite direction. They've been coming loose out of this. Look at that. Well, look at the scars on him. You think he's been spawning? Holy crap. Oop. Oop. Don't you do it, buddy. I don't want to drop no more fish. All right, buddy. We'll go heal up. That's all I can tell you. Go heal up. Heck yeah. Well, I tell you what, he took that thing down. He wanted that head. Hope I can catch that. Well, I guess I didn't. There was all them white bass right there at that creek. Well, you can still see them busting up there. Hopefully you can pick that up. But you go in there 5 minutes, you got all the bait you need whenever they're busting like that. That's what, well, luckily, they weren't hard to find. I did end up eventually finding me some white bass to use for bait. I am super happy about that. But but what I'll do is I'll show you kind of what I'm targeting right now, because I've scanned it and I've seen a lot of fish. Now, not necessarily all catfish and stuff like that, but I'll show you. Get you on the graph here, because I know sometimes it puts some lines on it. But see, like, I seen fish all down through this outside, or where the ledge is at, and you can see what's on the graph here. Now that's all active fish. I don't know what they are. They could be gar, Asian carp, something. But some of that stuff, you know, they could be stripers too. But see, on that fish there on the bottom, that's catfish, I think. And that's another one, or the same one. But I seen a lot of fish right through here, and as we come up on this little point, see, we're starting to make our way around this point here. I seen some right on top, well, right there at the edge, and then coming down this way. So we're going to go ahead and just keep dragging this and see if we can pick up, because that fish we just caught, right, I never saw him. So we'll just see what happens, because that's the thing about catfish. If they're sitting tight to the bottom, you know, I ain't gonna say there ain't grass out there that'll pick them up, but you're gonna be hard pressed to pick them up on, well, what I'm using anyway. Cause I mainly rely on my my 2D sonar. That helps out quite a bit. Side scan and down scan helps too, but I rely pretty heavy on my sonar, because that's, you know, I've been using it the longest and I kind of understand it a little bit more. But we're gonna continue dragging. Like I said, we'll go around this point here, and then there's a straight shot on the river a little bit that we're gonna drag a little bit. I don't know, the weatherman still says it ain't supposed to get rain till 1, but according to radar, unless it's just gonna break up by the time it gets here. So may have to make this a quick trip, or hopefully we can, you know, because I plan on fishing till about 1 o'clock, just to kind of get that morning bite out of the way, and then see what happens kind of towards midday now. But there's just so much bait down there that it's unreal that, you know, that you can, if you know, fish at these spots like that, one would think with all that bait down there you wouldn't catch any fish, and that actually has a lot to do with the reason why we're not catching as many bigger ones, because like I said, the last few nights we've had that bright moon, and like I said, I know it doesn't really mess with the fish, except for what it does, it allows them a longer feeding window at night. So during the day and stuff like that, they don't really have to do anything. They don't have to eat, they don't have to do nothing. They can just wait till the cool of the evening, move up shallow, feed all they want, because they can, not so much they can see it, but the fish they're after can see the little shad that they're chasing, which is like, you know, your white bass, your crappies, you know, all of your sight feeders that will feed all night. Well, then it's just easy pickings for catfish, easy pickings for, you know, any catfish out here. So when you come out here and try to catch them, it's like I always say, this time of year after the spawn, you got a couple really good weeks of catching them really good, and then you kind of roll back into, well, then they kind of get funky, so to speak, because they could just eat and eat and eat and eat, and they get to a point where they want to stop eating, just like that last fish we caught. And we come across some stuff now. But, you know, he's just now starting to heal up, so he'd probably been off the nest for, you know, garden fry for a little bit, a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe. So still some that want to eat, but we've got a lot of competition, especially on the river here. We got a lot of competition. But man, see, we're coming across that very tip right there. Let me show you again. So we're coming across that very tip right there, and look at all that activity. God, if we don't pick one up out of this, I'll be amazed. But then again, like I said, we got a lot of competition with actual live bait, you know, swimming down there, and I'm trying to get them to eat a couple pieces of white bass, but maybe it'll work out. God, that's a big mark. All right, well, let's sit back and watch the show. Hopefully we'll get lucky. Take it. Getting a bite on this. See if he'll got to be a little fish if he can't take that. That's not a very big head. He's still playing with it. Like I said, it can't be a very big one. And again, had some picky big ones that did that too. He's trying. He's definitely trying. Here, we'll put you back out there. Ooh, there we go. Not a monster, but it's a fish. Stop. I was gonna say there's no possible way we was gonna come through there and not pick up a fish. There was just so many of them down there. Not a monster, but about what we saw in the graph though. Definitely about what we saw in the graph. Another beat up male. Another beat up male. Makes sense because they go back up there and spawn. So this is probably the first stop before they go to where they want to be. Yep. What they've been doing. Boy, they just get spazzed. They spaz out when they get to the boat. I mean, spaz. Of course, I guess if I was a fish, I probably wouldn't want to be in a boat either. Alright, let's get this hook out of you. Show you off a little bit. I've been flopping loose my little grippers there. See, another beat up male. He's not a bad one though. Probably mid-20s. Get a picture. Come on, buddy. Let's get you. All right. Not a bad one. All right, go on down there. Get healthy again. Get bigger. Well, you'll be a lot bigger here in a little bit. There you go. There you go. That's a fish. Not a monster, but that's a fish. Look at that, he's swimming upriver with us. I don't know, he may be bigger than I think. Yeah, he may be bigger than I think. He's swimming upriver. Look at him, he picked it up way back there and he's swimming upriver. Yeah, he may be bigger than I think. I mean, he's just coming right upriver. Got the planer board buried and everything. It's still steadily swimming upriver. It's a good fish here. Now, biggest so far anyway. Get y'all turned because we may not only get one look at him. I don't know how good he's hooked. Not a big one, but man, he just swimming upriver like he was though. Unless he just ain't 100% sure about if he's hooked or not. Almost feels like a flat. Now he knows he's hooked. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Get on this side of the boat. Oh, that's a big blue. That's a big blue right there, boys. Yeah, now he knows he's hooked. He's probably 40s for sure. Corner of the mouth where he needs to be, so look at him, smack down rod holder. He's holding all that, just holding. Yeah, he's upper 40s, I think. He's good. Ooh, man. That's a pretty fish, y'all. Let him relax a minute. He didn't do a lot of swimming. It's a good fish. Oh my God. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that dude. I mean, a big old headed thing. Holy cow, that's a good one there. Yeah, that's a good one. The way he was swimming upriver with everything. Yeah, we got fish. I mean, they are just thick right through here. Before I break another one. All right, let's get this hook out of you, buddy. Hey, you're gonna need the pliers on that one. I mean, they good. All right, we just had that boat go by. Look at this dude. Look at the head on him. Look at him, boys. Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna set him down. Then he's gonna flop, get stupid. Get a weight. Then I'm gonna get some pictures. All right, let's get him released. All right, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Heck yeah. Good fish for today. Really good fish. All right. Had me break out the net. That's what I'm talking about. I have to pack it in. I don't fancy driving the boat in the rain. Like I said, it ain't gonna stop till later this evening. We're just gonna call it. I come out here again, like I said, before I so rudely interrupted. There was a lot of fish when I scanned that spot, which I mean makes sense because there was a lot of bait up there, and that's where I caught my bait at, which is, you know, white bass. God dog. But I did not think that there was any decent ones up there, but it turns out there was a couple of them. So we got fortunate enough to catch a few. But yeah, little storm fronts like this, man, you never want to try to pass them up. I mean, obviously you want to err on the side of caution. You know, you got lightning and stuff like that coming through, high winds. You know, you definitely want to pay attention to that. But yeah, you definitely want to pay attention to high winds and stuff like that, and that's kind of what we got coming. It's all right. I found out again, verified where the bait was. That was a major plus. Caught us a few good fish, which is most definitely the added bonus. Can't complain about that. But as always, I really do appreciate you guys watching. I really do appreciate you guys, you know, commenting and stuff like that, kind of letting me know what you want to see, what you want me to go over and stuff. I really appreciate that, and I like staying engaged with everybody I possibly can, because, you know, it's not only for me. Yeah, the views help me, but if I could just give something back, you know, a little bit of something back to everybody that, you know, supports me, then, you know, you've always got my support. But like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.